Hey guys, um, like I said in the post, I'm starting to get into YouTube and doing more videos. It makes me very nervous and uncomfortable, but I've heard people like the way that I communicate. Um, so I'm going to be trying to do that. I've also heard that having your face on camera is a little bit more confidence building, trust building. So I'm also doing that. So I probably won't be looking at the camera all the time because it's kind of weird to look at myself, but this is the About Me section, or effectively, why would somebody want to work with me? Quick backstory, I've always loved to build stuff. I've always been a problem solver. Um, I did a bunch of hands-on stuff in high school. Car building, woodworking, jewelry, stuff like that. I just love learning about building and creating and stuff like that. Wasn't going to go to college, was going to get into the trades, but then I went on a mission. One of my companions convinced me to go into dentistry for the lifestyle. I got into college, not quickly, but I got into college. Realized very quickly that chemistry and a bunch of chemistry, in order to get a possibly or a maybe to get into dental school, was not a smart decision. I didn't want to go through all of that in order to have a maybe. So my mom actually decided to tell me, hey, you should try manufacturing engineering. I never wanted to be an engineer because she was in the engineering program, and I didn't want people to be thinking that I was getting playing favorites or something like that. So she convinced me, as well as a counselor, to try it, and I loved it. I loved building. I loved how to build. I loved learning how to build, not just designing products, but understanding the process that makes those products. I really, really enjoyed that. I love working with the machinery, both manual and CNC. Like you can see back here, I got my CNC, which is awesome. Went out into the job market after graduating and quickly realized that the corporate thing wasn't my jam. A lot of the jobs from manufacturing engineering were in quality engineering, supplier quality engineering, process engineering, and it was just more like tweaking processes that were already in place, and I didn't really like that. I like making bigger impacts. Also, I was spending a lot of time and energy trying to learn stuff that just wasn't applicable anywhere else, and so I wanted to apply the talents and skills that I had to something that was a little bit more valuable to my family and to my community, my neighbors. So luckily, I had a guy in my community, in my ward, in my religious ward, that worked on houses. I went and worked with him for 2 years as a superintendent. It was great, loved it. And because I liked it so much, the opportunity came up that I was able to build my own house and then also build my in-laws' house as well. So I built those two houses, fully intending to continue to work as a superintendent for a while. But my wife, we started talking about what we wanted to do, creating what type of lifestyle we wanted to create, and she wanted to stay home at least part-time, or sorry, not stay home. She wanted to work at least part-time, which changed my dynamic as kind of your regular male, from, well, I got to make enough money for her to be able to stay home, to, well, if she wants to stay home, we're going to be making good money from what she brings in. And do I really want to climb a ladder that I hate? A lot of the people at the top of that ladder were divorced, and they just didn't have the life that I wanted. So we ended up, because we don't have kids, she told me, hey, if you want to make a go at it, then you should probably go now. It would be a lot harder if we had kids, so why don't you go for it? And so now here I am. I've been doing my business since about March. doing projects here and there for friends and family so far, and getting to meet some really cool people that I hopefully will be working with in the future, trying to create that network. So that's the backstory. What my goals are, I'm not super money driven, but I understand that money is kind of the lifeblood of business and keeping things going, and so it's kind of a tool. So I need to use that tool, but I'm not really focused on trying to get enough money to buy a yacht or buy whatever. It just doesn't interest me. I love building, I love creating, and I love working with really awesome people. So my goal is to be able to kind of choose the people that I work with, create awesome projects with those people for the end customer, whether it be them or a client that they're working with. That's kind of my goal. And even if the goal is to bring value to them. So even if it's not with me, if I have somebody that I know that can do it for cheaper and can do it better because they have better processes, I want to connect those people. One thing I like to ask people whenever I'm working with them is, what gets you up? What are you super excited about? There is a carpenter down the road that's actually my buddy now. I asked him, I could have seen him as a competitor, but I asked him, I was like, hey, what do you really, really love to do? That it's like not even a thought process. What do you love to do? And he said, oh, I like doing a bunch of random woodworking projects, designing, stuff like that. So it's very, very similar to what I like to do. I want to know those things because if I know that they are going to love it, then I know that they're going to knock it out of the park. And so if I have an opportunity that either I can't take it on, or I know that they're better set up than I am, I'm going to take my clients to them because I want what's best for my clients. So that's kind of an idea. That's kind of my short-term goals, is to try to build that up. Long-term goals is to make enough money to where I can set our family up here to where our foundation is just bulletproof. So what does that mean? That means not having any sort of debt, pretty much having the money that we could pay off our mortgage if we wanted to. Making sure that nothing here is going to be at risk as we have highs and lows. And then once I get to there, I want to start looking outward to see who I can help build and create with, even if that means maybe taking a money hit or investing some extra time to see if we could get something off the ground. My idea is to help everybody around me get to that point to where they feel really solid and have a great foundation for the highs and lows, so that they can really focus on other things. And my idea is to hopefully, as we kind of build that out, we can create a community that is really, really established and secure, so that as the highs and lows come, they don't have any problems, and they can start thinking more, into projects and things where it's not like, oh, I have to make 20%, 30%, 50%, whatever it is. They can start thinking, how can I make this work to where that person is going to be better off for it? And in a lot of ways, try to reduce that entry level. And so I got all sorts of ideas and things like that. So I'm going to have some other videos, why Forge, why LifeForge, and then other thoughts that kind of come through my head. I love thinking about solutions and things. I love listening to different podcasts and stuff like that. Right now I'm on a Gary Vee kick. He's actually the one that kind of got me to do this, get out of my own way, not worry about my image or my insecurities and stuff like that, but rather try to use my skills and abilities to improve my situation, my family's situation, and then start looking to those around me to try to help improve their situations as well. So I don't feel like I'm really pushing the excitement that I feel, but that's kind of one of the things that I have difficulty with, is like emoting to the same level as other people. So I'm an open book. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. For any of my business transactions, I'm going to try to be as open and transparent as possible. Try to show my clients what exactly is going on, what they're paying for, and hopefully be able to show them the value and gain their trust. I'm in it for the long run. I don't want this business to be something where it's, build it to X amount and then sell it 5 years or whatever. No, I want this to be something that I can do pretty much from here on out. I'm 33, and so probably retire at 65, 70 or whatever. So I've got, oh great, I'm gonna have bad math and people are gonna make fun of me. 37-ish years, 32 to 37 years. So yeah, in it for the long run, trying to make a big impact on people's lives and on my family's life as well. So ask me any questions. Look forward to the different projects I've got going on. I'm hopefully going to be bringing some really cool stuff for you guys to see, both custom woodworking and general contracting projects. So see you in the future.